Squarespace completely changed the game when they launched Fluid Engine last year, and it's gone from strength to strength because I wasn't a fan of it when it came out. I thought it was flawed. I didn't think it added much to the design process whatsoever. In fact, I went as far as to disable it on my site, but they have come on leaps and bounds, and now I cannot be without it. It's the cornerstone of the phenomenal designs that we build at By Crawford. So I want to take you on a full walkthrough of Fluid Engine as it stands right now, all of the features, how those features will benefit your website, and then show you an actual live section build, which will take us through every single part of Fluid Engine. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we've got our site here. Now, what we want to do is just go into the editor on any page. And what Fluid Engine really is just a way of styling a section. So if we go into, let's say, add a section between these two, any section that you select will be Fluid Engine. So if we click G on our keyboard, you will see the grid come up. If you see that, then you know you've got Fluid Engine. What Squarespace used to be, or what it used to use, is something called Classic Editor. So if we go back into Add Section, and then we go down to Add Blank Classic Editor here. And if I press G, you can see these have grids, but this doesn't have a grid. So it doesn't use a grid system. It uses a block building system like this. So if I want to put an image in, I do this, and I can drag it, but it has to snap into place next to blocks. So you have to almost build it like Tetris, where you snap a block under and to the side, and it fits into place. Whereas with Fluid Engine, you have all this granular control over where you want to place it in the grid. So it's a lot better, to be honest. Now, if I just take the grid off for a second, basically, we don't want Classic Editor if we want to use Fluid Engine. If you click Upgrade, that is going to turn it into a Fluid Engine section. So what Fluid Engine is, essentially, is a grid. Nothing more, nothing less. It's a grid of, I'm not actually sure of the number. We'll just check, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to count. I can't be bothered. It's a grid, and basically it can go down like this, and you can have as many rows as you wish, but the columns are obviously limited. But if we go down like this, I'm not sure whether there is a limit. I'm sure there is at some point, but you can just continue and continue to put these rows in. So it has a lot of potential. You can do pretty much whatever you want within this grid. Now, the point of this video is to explore essentially everything that you can do. So let's go back and exit this, and we'll start afresh. Let's add ourselves a nice section in between here and actually customize it. So add section, as I said, all of these are going to be Fluid Engine, but we'll just start with a blank section for now. And we'll keep that color scheme. All we need to do is build with blocks. So I'm thinking, okay, in here, what do I want? It's what looks to be an interiors website. Let's keep it within the imagery. Let's add a gallery. So we'll put a gallery block in here, and you can see I can just drag this around as I wish. Now, if you wanted to touch the top of a section, you would click on Edit Section, and then you would untoggle Fill Screen. And essentially that gets rid of both the top and the bottom spaces. With Fluid Engine, regardless, no matter if you have fill screen or not fill screen, you can move and sit the block on either side. So no matter what you have set, you can have it flush on either side. But if you want it flush on the top and the bottom, then you have to have fill screen untoggled. Now, let me style this. So I'm going to drag it in. Let's drag this up, and we'll drag this across. Now, if I double click on the grid, I can add some images. So let's just search for some images, some stock imagery. We'll click you, we'll add you. Okay, so I've cleared those up. Obviously, I've just stuck some interior stuff in here. Now, I want to make sure that the spacing above and below is the same. And to do that, what we need to do is align our blocks. So with Fluid Engine, you have the ability to align your blocks vertically. So, either at the top, the middle, or the bottom. I'm going to go with middle. And if I click G, I can see that we've got 2 and a little bit grid spaces here. If I go down like this, then it's roughly the same. Now, for some reason with the grid, there has a little bit of space underneath, so you can see it's not quite perfect, which is strange. Well, in fact, all of the blocks don't do this. All of the blocks are perfectly spaced, but hey ho. Now let's add a bit of text because it's quite low on text in between these. So I've added the text block. I can drag that down here, and we'll just copy a little bit of this in here just to show what it would look like. And then let's make that lighter color, and we'll give it a title as well. So let's just say title goes here, and then we'll make that a H2. Let's make that color, and we'll pop that up 1 and pop this down 2. So with Fluid Engine, I wonder how many times I'm going to say Fluid Engine in this video, but basically you can just drag the section up and down as you would want anytime. With Classic Editor, if I just quickly add a section in, you can only do the section height like this. You have a bit more granular control here, but it's nowhere near as intuitive as this. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'll probably put one more row in there, and then let's put a button in. So we'll stick a button over across. We'll drag that down, and we've got a cool button there. Let's just change the design up. Let's just add a link. So learn more, that can go through to, let's say, services. Perfect. Okay, so we've got a cool Fluid Engine section. I'm happy. I hit save. If we go through the basics that we've covered so far, it's how to set up your grid, how to add your blocks, how to move your blocks around. You just click and move that into place. If you want to resize a block, you can just resize it like this, or however you want to resize it. We've been through the alignment of blocks. We can go back. This would be the same on Classic Editor, to be fair. We've been through aligning things. We've been through changing the height, and obviously how to bring the grid up with G, which is a really, really useful tool for making layouts that actually make sense and are spaced accordingly and correctly. Now, what I haven't been through too much is the section design itself. So row count, we've covered that. We've covered fill screen. We haven't covered gap. So if we bring up the grid again, you can see it's actually different here to here, because this section above is from the template. It will have custom grid spaces. Now this one, slightly different. If we go and click this, that's going to close. I mean, you can barely even see it there, but that's going to close the gap entirely between our grid. Now this is cool if you want to put elements right next to each other, so like an image flush with a shape right next to it, or two images right together. That works well. Now if we go back in and click the three dots, then we have a lot more control over the horizontal and the vertical spacing of our grid. So you can see this changes it completely. You have so much more granular control than Classic Editor. Now, what I will say is I just wasn't a fan of Fluid Engine when they brought it to market. I felt like it was buggy and it had it left a lot to be desired. Now I couldn't do without it. The work that me and my team have created using Fluid Engine is just, it will blow your mind. If you go to bycrawford.com/portfolio, you'll see some of the stuff that we've built. This is all thanks to Fluid Engine. It's a game changer. Now, that's just got me thinking, on the subject of Fluid Engine, you can stack things. So this is the beauty. And when I talk about like all the custom layouts we've done lots where we've stacked things over each other. So if you want to get a bit more stylistic, you can drag things around and stack them. So if I wanted to layer this over like this, and maybe I would add a background into this text block, then I could absolutely do that. I would maybe move that down one, and then we can drag this in like so. Make sure the overlap isn't too crazy. We can resize our block, bring that down one more, and then, we can restyle the button to possibly sit, let's say sit it up there, and then we'll bring the gallery a bit closer, and then we can overlap it like so. Let's get that in there. Perfect. And then all I have to do is drag it up, make sure that the grid is roughly aligned, so 2 and then 2 before it hits the block. Maybe I can align that down slightly, and there we go. So you can create overlaps, you can create completely custom layouts. And one thing with the layout, if we do click on view layout, an AI feature, it is in beta at the moment, and it works well for, I'll show you the difference, it works well for templated sections that Squarespace have created. So for instance, this, if I click on view layouts, Squarespace is going to give some AI suggestions, and they're probably going to be good because it knows its own design system. Like you can see, that looks really nice. If we use it on this one, so let's click view layouts, you can see it's not, well, it's nowhere near as good, to be quite honest. It's okay, but it's not brilliant. But the point I'm trying to make is you can switch your layout so easily, either manually, like I've just done, or using Squarespace's AI tool. So if we go back into edit section, we've now been through row count, gaps in the grid, fill screen, a divider. You could do this on any section anyway, but that just puts you can see here, it puts a divider between this section and the section below. And I've got videos on this. You can customize it. You can customize the shape. If we go into here, you can completely customize the shape, the width of said shape, height. You can flip it. You can change the alignment. You can do a lot. I don't really use section dividers much. If I'm totally honest, I just quite like your standard sort of straight sections, but I get why people rate them. So we'll just, in fact, let's just keep that, that's fine. Then we've got anchor links. So this is a new feature. I believe this is still in beta, where you can basically link to that section by adding a class name to the section, but that's non-exclusive to Fluid Engine. I'm pretty sure you could do that in a classic editor. So let's just quickly test that theory. Yeah, you can see that's not exclusive to Fluid Engine whatsoever. And pretty sure that's it. So background, colors, same as classic editor sections. You guys will be familiar with that. You can add your art background, video background, image background in here. You can make the background full bleed or inset, and you can change the colors nice and easily like this. And the final thing that people often forget with Fluid Engine, and it's the most pivotal thing, is this here, mobile view. So if you see this blue icon, it means you've made changes that have gone into the mobile version. So it is saying basically, hey, look at me, something's happened. Click on it, and then you'll see it's probably not how you would like it to be set up realistically. So I'm just going to move this down here, probably stick the button here, move our gallery down. So again, if we click G, you can see even spacing, really important. If I click this, hit Shift and click this, it's going to select both at the same time. And now I know, okay, I've got 2 grid spaces there, and I can navigate my blocks around with my arrow keys on the keyboard, make that spacing even. We're going to align this into the center, and then we're going to drag this up so there's 2 grid spaces between the block and the bottom of the section, just like there is from the block and the top of the section. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, cool. These changes are going to be exclusive to mobile. So if we go back onto desktop, it's going to be exactly the same. Everything's looking good. I'm happy with my section. Hit save. Great. Now, one thing you did just see me do on mobile, which you can obviously do on desktop, is let's say I want to move everything down. I click a block, Shift, click another block, Shift, click another block. And I can either drag this all around at once, or I can use my arrow keys on my keyboard to move everything. You can also resize everything all at once, which is quite a neat feature. It's not perfect, but it is a cool feature. Same goes for the alignment, so you can align the entire group. Again, not fantastic, or not completely fleshed out yet, should I say. It will be, but it's not perfect. Other small things that you can do is duplicate. So I've clicked one block and I can duplicate that and move it about. Whilst I have that block, I can actually send it behind and bring it forward, which is cool. And I can also pin the block. So if I wanted, let's say I want to make a really, really cool section. And I want, pinned blocks, overlapping blocks. Then I can make something like this. Okay, let's bring that into the center. And then let's send that behind. So you can see we've got this overlap throughout. But what I'll do is I'll pin this block. So I'm going to click pin, offset. I'm going to set that. And I'm going to keep it to the top. Now if I hit save and exit, I scroll down the page like this. And you can see the block is going to pin like this. So as I scroll, that block is going to stay in place until the end of the section. And so it will align with this block as we go down. So you can make like sections that move about. You can make these really, let's move me. You can make these sections where you've got really nice overlapping parts. They look a lot more, sounds like ChatGPT, but elevated. They're more engaging to users, and it just looks a lot more beautiful than, your classic sort of drag and drop. We've got so much more control. We can style things better. It's more engaging. And, if you're building your own site or you're building a site for a client, this is going to take your designs to the next level. And this isn't a particularly new feature. Fluid Engine's been around for probably, I want to say about a year now. But there are small iterations here and there that continue to be added, and it just makes the product itself even better than it already is. So maybe you've picked up a few small tidbits along the way here. Hopefully you have. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. That is a breakdown of Fluid Engine and an example of how to set up a section using it. If you did find this video useful, please make sure to leave a like and hit subscribe. And if you want me to build your Squarespace website, you can get in touch using the links in the description.